Who do I write? Nobody. You can't do anything about it. You got to pray to God that what started in San Francisco will end in the White House. You got to pray to God that there are men inside the FBI who, as they just arrested Leyland Yee, because maybe they themselves woke up and said, the hell with it. Let him come after me. We can't take this anymore. Leyland Yee, big liberal, supported the environment, supported gays, supported lesbians, supported the environment, anti-gun. And meanwhile, he's indicted on a gun running charge. You hear this? You hear this? Do you understand how this operates? The bigger the green, you know you're getting raped. Whenever you hear them talking about social issues and social justice and inequality, you know they're robbing you and raping you. That's all you got to do is put two and two together. The more they talk about social justice, you know the more they're robbing you and raping you. That's all you got to know. That's how I see it. It's one man's opinion. And maybe the FBI in San Francisco finally said, you know what? If we have to go rogue, we're going to go rogue. We're going to bring this guy down, because if we don't, we're going to lose the country. Maybe they have wives and children, and maybe they understand what's at stake. Maybe now there will be others who will get the courage to go after these little mini fascists in skirts across the landscape of the Obama administration, the little fascists in skirts who are decimating this country. You heard me, and if you don't like it, it's too damn bad, because I know what the heck I'm talking about. And I know what I'm talking about is true. If you don't know it, it's your problem. So here we are. The Russians have 100,000 troops on the border of Ukraine. It looks to me like we're going to see an invasion probably over the weekend, while Obama's on vacation somewhere in Saudi Arabia, or God knows where he'll meet up with. Maybe he's going to meet up with Mrs. Obama in Indonesia, his home country. I don't know, on the way home. After all, it's an around-the-world junket for him and for her, and they're entitled to it. They've worked so hard this year, and perhaps they need a little mini-vacation in Indonesia on the way home to visit his original madrasas and sign the guest book. We don't know. But the fact is, we're in very, very dire straits here. When I see that we can no longer fly to our space station without going to Vladimir Putin for a ticket, and remember, I wrote about this 3 books ago. I was outraged. I spent the whole chapter. I screamed till I almost lost my vocal cords. How could this man get away with eliminating NASA with the stroke of a pen? But they fell on dead ears. Everyone was dancing around the golden idol. Everybody was just dancing around the golden idol. The Republicans were drinking their way into the cloakroom and out of the cloakroom. They were full of decorum and lacking any substance. And that's why we are. So we lost NASA, and now, as you well know, maybe you don't know, we were once the most advanced nation on Earth in space technology. We're now a laughingstock, where we have to sit at the back of the bus, so to speak, on a Russian spacecraft. Think about the irony of what I just said to you. An administration obsessed with civil rights, so-called, has turned us into second-class citizens who have to sit on the back of a space bus to get to our own space station. And meanwhile, Obama's threatening Putin with this and that, and 9 men are not going to be able to come to New York and rent prostitutes, and the banks, and goes to the Vatican, wraps himself in the robes. Well, meanwhile, he has to go to Putin to get to our space station, or the people up there will starve to death. I don't even know what's on our space station. Maybe there's monkeys who'll die from a lack of feed. But in either case, if Putin says, "Niet, you're not flying to your space station, go see someone else. You can't come on our shuttle," what are they going to do? Who's Obama going to turn to? One of the women who now run it, who turned it into a propaganda group for Muslim achievements in space? That's what he did. Turn NASA from what it was into a propaganda outlet for Muslim achievements in space technology. That's what he's done. I mean, this is crazier by the second. So it motivates me to get up every day and try to express myself, because it's all I've got left on Earth. There's nothing else that's worth doing. Nothing is worth doing other than trying to keep being the Paul Revere of my time. Remember, it was I who created the Paul Revere Society, not Rush Limbaugh, who was smart enough to have created it into a book. Good for him. He's always been a better marketer than I was. And I take my hat off to him. Anyone who can take the concept of the Paul Revere and wrap himself in that is a wonderfully intelligent man of marketing. That's all I can say, and I take my